I'm re-uploading this video, guys. This is the video that I had uploaded earlier today. It had gotten a strike, and I think it was because YouTube caught the pictures that were in the video. Kanye, in this interview that I'm going to talk about with Alex Jones, was talking about Hitler. So it's under review, but I figured forget it. I'm going to just re-upload. So this is the video that I had uploaded earlier today. So a lot of you guys have probably already heard the news by now. This is Kanye's interview with Alex Jones, and man, it was all bad. I mean, man, it just like there's gaffes. There's things that can be a gaffe, like a mistake, like somebody slips or something like that, and then there's just flat out suicide where a person's just cutting their throat rhetorically, man. And he was doing it over and over and over. He had tweeted out a picture of a Star of David with a swastika inside of it. What message exactly he was trying to send with that, I don't know, but that got Elon Musk, really forced Elon Musk to suspend him from Twitter. You guys probably know Elon Musk is now, in charge of Twitter. So he said that he tried his best, and he had to kick Ye off of the platform, at least temporarily, for incitement to violence. And man, the interview with Alex Jones just got worse, man. He was basically insinuating that, the Nazis did some good things, and he actually ended the interview by saying that he liked Hitler. And I don't know if he was being sarcastic, but sarcasm or no, man, Alex Jones was making some attempts to save it, but it just didn't work. The Nazis this and Nazis that. He was expressing some views in the previous interview that was, they're held by some of the Black Hebrew Israelites. I don't know if you guys know who they are. I touched on this a little bit in the last video about him, but basically a group that believes that, Black Americans are the real Jews, and the current Jews are, the people that claim to be Jews are fake. I don't know if Kanye actually believes that or what. I don't think he claims to be a Black Hebrew Israelite. They don't profess Christianity, the Black Hebrew Israelites. That's a separate religion, and they denounce Christianity. But Kanye claims, to be a Christian, and I don't know how much he knows about Hitler and the Nazis. Like, that's one thing I'll say. I don't know how much he actually knows. Yeah, he had said on there that he didn't think that Hitler actually killed 6 million Jews, so he was basically denying, the Holocaust. So what information he has, man, I don't know, and I don't know if he's, been getting it from a lot of sources that typically are basically just conspiracy theorists about the the Jews and the Holocaust, man, because there's definitely a lot of misinformation out there about that. I don't know what sources he's getting his information about them from. I'll just state my bias at the beginning of this, because my grandma, was still back in Greece. She hadn't yet, immigrated to the United States at that point during World War II, and a lot of her family was killed by the Nazis back there. They killed almost all her childhood friends. They put the women that she'd grown up with in a boat. They sent the boat out into the Mediterranean Sea, and then they sunk the boat. They tried to kill her. She had to escape and live in the mountains, basically until the war was over. It was a bad time for my family back there. So, and they killed a lot of us. And so the Nazis, they didn't just hurt the Jews. They were doing bad stuff to gypsies, Catholics, Christians all throughout Europe, anybody that resisted them. Now, Hitler and some of his top guys publicly, and this is what I'm not sure Kanye understands, professed Christianity. But Hitler had a series of private conversations in which he revealed that really he did not believe that. He was basically an atheist. And he had ordered his top guys, though, to stay, to publicly proclaim that they were Christian for tactical reasons. That was his purpose behind that. And he said that there was a particular day, he said that he had given up Christianity. He said he felt great, he felt like a spring chicken. That was his words. Because he felt Christianity was holding the Germans back from the violence that they needed to commit in order to, assert themselves as the master race. He saw the world in like a survival of the fittest, very Darwinist type view. And he felt that Christianity, where, you're kind to the poor and you're kind to everybody, love each other and, stick together and stuff, was not the way the world works. And that the Germans, in order to make it to the top, needed to be brutal and ruthless. And he said, he dissed Christianity a bunch of times. So he was not a Christian. He was raised that way and was that at the beginning of his life, but he quickly dropped that after he got into power. And he revealed that in his private conversations. A lot of that is not well known. The swastika that's a Hindu symbol, okay, that Hitler took from what is believed to be like, in that ideology, like the motherland of the Aryan race in like northern India. But it also represents a broken cross. And, so that's a very anti-Christian, pagan / atheist ideology that Hitler was espousing and trying to get the other Germans to accept. Hitler at one point said, you have to either be Christian or German. You cannot be both. That was what he said. So he kind of incrementally took the Germans in that direction. And so I don't know if Kanye knows this stuff, because he's saying that, he's Christian, and then he's saying that he likes Hitler, who is extremely, at the end of his life, anti-Christian. And obviously killed all those Jews, 6 million Jews, and then millions of other people as well, from all different ethnic groups in Europe, man. But what's crazy too, he was married to Kim Kardashian, who's Armenian, and the Armenians also went through a genocide along with basically a lot of people that were, in that region at that time under the Ottoman Turks, as their empire was collapsing. They killed about 300,000 Greeks, and they killed about 2 million Armenians. And when Hitler was about to start killing the Jews, he used that as an example of how it was going to be easy for them to get away with it. He said, "Who remembers the genocide of the Armenians?" And so basically saying, like, this is going to be easy for us to do. Nobody's going to do a thing. Nobody's going to try and stop us, because nobody tried and save the Armenians, so they're not going to try and save the Jews from us. And Kanye was married to, a woman whose people went through that genocide, and it's crazy to hear him, like, even in any way, like, sympathizing with the Nazis. Like I said, I don't know if Kanye knows all this, man. I just don't. I don't know what information he has or who he's been listening to and who he's been influenced by. But, yeah, he's now banned from Twitter. He was going to buy Parler. That's now off. And it just keeps getting worse and worse, man. He was on Alex Jones in a ski mask and slitting his throat one time after the next, man, tweeting out the swastika. Every media outlet was covering him, man. So it's just sad to see this happen to Ye, man. I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, I hope he eventually makes it out of this place that he's in right now. Because he's as far as Chicago, he was one of the guys that basically repped Chicago like to the bone, he just had the Free Larry Hoover concert not too long ago. He really repped Chicago for a long time, like really the right way. But it's taken a not just a turn downhill, but a flat out nosedive at this point, man. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section, man. But yeah, the Nazis and Hitler, that's something that a lot of people don't know everything about. I hear a lot of atheists even using Hitler as like a justification against Christianity, talking about, like, see, Christians commit all this violence and Hitler was a Christian. No, like, people don't know everything about them. They really haven't studied like that thoroughly, most people. And what they know is very superficial and only a few facts that they learn in high school or something like that. But there's a lot of material there that totally changes a person's view once they start to delve into it. Your boy Winnie C. Report. I'm out.